Here's your local forecast. Brought to you by Little Vino's Automotive Repair and Cheesesteak Emporium, located at 11445 Picanose Boulevard, East Hamilton. For all of your auto repair and cheesesteak needs, it's Little Vino's Auto Repair and Cheesesteak Emporium. You are watching Nostalgic Odysseys. Coming up next, we climb aboard the VHS Pirate Ship as Captain Adam shows off his early Warner Home Video VHS collection in this installment of Treasure Horde Showcase, right here on Nostalgic Odysseys. Ahoy there, mates! Welcome aboard the VHS Pirate Ship. Me and Paul the Skull here are just going through my Warner Home Video collection. I've got Woofin'.
Noise.
And I've got Police Academy 2.
That's the dog's bollocks, that is.
And I've got this one.
Oh, mysterious. Why do you say it like that?
I say it like that because there's something quite not right about this distribution of Police Academy.
Looks all right to me.
Well, I'm glad you say that. Let's take a closer look. Yes, what is going on here and why am I making such a fuss about it? Well, I'm riding the old fuss bus because this is not what it appears to be. This, allegedly, is the 1984 Warner Home Video distribution of Police Academy. And there's just one little thing wrong with it. This is supposed to look like this, and this does not look like that. Everything is different about this. Let's compare it to my 1985 Warner Home Video distribution of Police Academy 2. The Police Academy 1 clamshell is totally different, and obviously this is not the original one. It's smaller and clear, a direct contradiction to the rest of the early Warner Home Video library, which came in black clamshells. And the cover itself appears to be some kind of low-res digital copy of the actual cover, and a pretty bad one at that. I mean, you can't even read most of the shit on the back. So what's the deal here? This is obviously not the original 1984 release of Police Academy. Is it a rental? I mean, it already came in a clamshell. Why would you put it in a different one? I can understand wanting all your inventory to look uniform, but like I said, it already came in a clamshell. You're just adding extra steps. So I don't know, maybe this is a rental and they just made a copy of the original because they didn't want it to get destroyed like a lot of video stores did, but still, it just seems a little pointless. This, just like all of the other early Warner Home Video releases, already came in a clamshell. Very sturdy clamshells, almost bulletproof, compared to this plastic piece of shit. Yeah, and that's another point. This is not even a good clamshell. It's broken, it's cracked, it's yellowed, it's dingy. It sucks. So whatever this is, they went through a lot of trouble to make it look like shit. And also, whatever this is, it certainly is not the original.
How about that? It ain't right at all.
Yes, which leads me to believe this is a fake.
Why would somebody make a fake? It's Police Academy, not the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just so strange.
Did you contact the seller?
No, that would have been productive. I would rather make wild accusations.
Oh, I totally forgot I was talking to an idiot.
Yeah, it's just something different about this. Oh well, I didn't pay very much for it. At all. And it's still pretty neat to have. I mean, everybody has the actual first release of Police Academy. Not many people have this weird replicant.
That's the spirit. Lie to yourself. Make it all better.
Well, the whole thing got me thinking.
Well, that's different, ain't it?
I think we should do a Treasure Horde showcase about all the Warner Home Video in my collection.
Oh, hell, I bloody knew it. Why me?
Come on, it'll be fun. It always is. We make the best out of everything. So sit back and enjoy this Treasure Horde showcase, all about Warner Home Video.
Oh boy, I'm so happy I could shit.
Yarr.
Oh, forget it.
It's the Treasure Horde Showcase. Treasure Horde Showcase. Treasure Horde Showcase.
Treasure Horde Showcase.
That's right, from Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship, it's the Treasure Horde Showcase. Treasure Horde Showcase. Today's Treasure Horde Showcase, the early Warner Home Video Collection.
We will return after these messages.
Hey there folks, it's me, Little Vino. And did you f*** your car up somehow? Maybe the engine's running rough because you haven't changed the oil in 3 goddamn years. Or maybe it's overheating because heaven forbid you check your antifreeze. Or maybe you need a new tire because you hit a curb because you were texting while you were driving. Like a fucking moron. Either way, your vehicle's f***ed up and I'm sure it's your fault. But I ain't here to judge. I'm just here to fix your car and take your money and serve you a nice cheesesteak while you wait. So come on down to Little Vino's Auto Repair and Cheesesteak Emporium. We do all sorts of automotive repair and got lots of cheesesteaks. And for a limited time only, we'll give you an oil change and refill your blinker fluid. Because a lot of you morons must be out of blinker fluid because you don't use your blinkers.
Use your fucking blinkers.
So come on down to Little Vino's Automotive Repair and Cheesesteak Emporium. Just because you're a fucking moron doesn't mean your taste buds are. Little Vino's Automotive Repair
And Cheesesteak Emporium.
Yeehaw! It's Cowboy Pork Chops, Choking Puke Family Restaurant. You got a hankering for a hungering or a hungering for a hankering? Well, come on down and rustle you up some grub. Never mind the lawsuits. Sit on down and try our world-famous fried fart basket. Only $5. Or get yourself an armpit and cheese submarine sandwich. Only $5. Or maybe you were out wrestling cattle all day and want a real man's meal. If you're so hungry that your stomach thinks your throat's been cut, well, try our homemade boogaloo platter. Comes with 2 sides and what we think's a biscuit. Only $5. Or maybe you just want a little something. Well, stop that snack attack and try our new dollar menu. And choose some cheap eats like our cat turd tacos. Or a Dixie cup full of cud. And for a limited time only, get 10 hot dogs for $1. If you can't trust 10 hot dogs for $1, what can you trust? Yeehaw! So if you got a hankering for a hungering, come on down to Cowboy Pork Chops, Choking Puke Family Restaurant. We're easy to find, right on the corner of Route 25 and Get a Whiff Boulevard, right beside Bill's Dirty Mattress Outlet. Yeehaw! That's Cowboy Pork Chops, Choking Puke Family Restaurant. Yeehaw! Cowboy Pork Chop not responsible for death or illness. Attention, attention, stop what you're doing right now. A major class action lawsuit is underway against Cowboy Pork Chops, Choking Puke Family Restaurant. Then you may be entitled to compensation. Call the law firm of Dillon and Triceratops today at 1-800-TRICERATOPS. There's never a charge to evaluate your case. You, yes you, a massive class action lawsuit is underway against Cowboy Pork Chops, Choking Puke Family Restaurants. And Dillon and Triceratops is here to help. If you've ever eaten at, visited, driven past, or even heard of Cowboy Pork Chops, Choking Puke Family Restaurants, you may be entitled to compensation. Call the law offices at Dillon and Triceratops today. That's 1-800-TRICERATOPS. If you've got a phone, you've got a Triceratops. Call 1-800-TRICERATOPS for your free case evaluation. You, yes, I'm talking to you. A massive class action lawsuit is underway against Cowboy Pork Chops, Choking Puke Family Restaurants. Call the law offices at Dillon and Triceratops today to find out if you are entitled to compensation. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-TRICERATOPS. That's 1-800-TRICERATOPS. There's never a charge to evaluate your case. If you've got a phone, you've got a Triceratops. Call Dillon and Triceratops today.
Now, back to our program.
Ah, yes, Warner Home Video, a major name in home video distribution, as it was the home video arm of Warner Brothers Entertainment. And the early Warner Home Video releases have nostalgia written all over them. These things just scream VHS collecting. VHS collecting! See? And this is due in large part to the uniform design of all their early VHS releases. Yes, the classic black clamshell and the colorized sub-backgrounds are just a few of the things that help these distributions stand out. And also the tendency to put really lame pictures of whatever movie the release was of on the cover. Though they didn't do this to all of their releases, they did it to some of them. But it was enough for you to wonder, why on earth would you do this? But oh well, I guess it was just shitty marketing. And in retrospect, it really doesn't matter because the early Warner Home Video releases are highly revered amongst VHS collectors. Now, when I say early Warner Home Video releases, it's regarding the black clamshell library, which is what pretty much everyone thinks of when you say early Warner Home Video releases. But why do I say early Warner Home Video releases? Why don't I say first? Because, quite simply, these are not the first Warner Home Video releases. They didn't start doing the black clamshell thing until 1981. Let's not forget that VHS first got its start in 1976, and Warner Brothers Entertainment was one of the first purveyors of home video distribution. And Warner Brothers started whipping out VHS in 1978. Only at that time, their home video arm was known as WCI Home Video, which stood for Warner Communications Incorporated. So when you're talking about Warner Home Video, there is really two different eras of that distributor. There is the first era, which is the WCI Home Video Library, and then the early era, which is the Warner Home Video Library. So even though these are from the same company, they are treated as two totally different things, which in all actuality, they are very different things. The WCI Home Video Library would incorporate the book box design, which MGM Home Video would later make so famous. And as I mentioned earlier, the Warner Home Video Library would use black clamshells. WCI Home Video's reign was from 1978 to 1981 when they switched over to Warner Home Video, which is convenient because that just so happens to be what I'm talking about today. In 1985, Warner Home Video would abandon the black clamshell design in favor of the normal cardboard sleeve. The cardboard sleeve, or slipcover as it's also known, would become the standard for most VHS releases, and Warner Home Video would also re-release many of their previous releases in these slipcovers, as is the case for my 1988 distribution of The Road Warrior. As you can see here, compared to my 1983 distribution, it's just not as exciting. Yes, I know, the cardboard sleeve, or slipcovers, are more economically sound to the producers and better for the environment. Whatever. I mean, I'll just always have a thing for these early Warner Home Video releases, and I've managed to collect quite a few of them. Well, maybe quite a few is too strong of a phrase, because I don't really have all that many. I mean, I know some people who have managed to collect pretty much all of them, which is a Herculean task. And as you can imagine, there were quite a few titles in the Warner Home Video library, and my little collection is humble in comparison, in which I'm very happy for the ones that I have. Now, are the early Warner Home Video releases hard to find? Well, not really. I mean, it all depends on what title you're looking for, but they're not that tricky to find. The real trick is finding them in halfway decent condition, because for whatever reason, these were very susceptible to the damage of time. Yeah, just having these on your shelf was enough to warp the plastic covering, and even the tape itself would get mildew on it, which is a strange trait to have for a protective clamshell. So if you're looking to buy one of these things, make sure you get your peepers on the actual tape. And as I had mentioned earlier, the plastic on the clamshell can warp and crinkle. And I have a prime example of this with my 1985 distribution of The Horror of Dracula, which is a 1958 addition to the Hammer Films Dracula saga. And Hammer Films had some pretty hard to follow home video distribution rights. Some of their movies were released by Universal Home Video, some of them are released by Warner Home Video. I don't know. And The Horror of Dracula is part of the Warner Home Video library. Moving on, and as I had mentioned earlier, is my 1983 distribution of The Road Warrior. And this truly is one of the gems in my collection. Not only do I love this movie, but this tape is pristine. I'm not sure how they kept it in such good condition after all these years, but I'm very happy they did. Moving on, we have my 1983 distribution of Caddyshack, a movie that has become a classic in its own regard and one of the only golf movies. And just like my 1985 Horror of Dracula distribution, this too has warped plastic. And you know, that in itself really isn't all that big of a deal. It really depends on what you paid for it. And I didn't pay very much for this, so I don't really mind. Sometimes it's just par for the course. Get it? Par for the course. It's a golfing movie. It's a golf reference. Whew, rough crowd. Moving on, we have a 1984 distribution of quite possibly what could be one of my most favorite movies, Cannonball Run 2. It's one of the first movies that I remember seeing, and well, I've just been in love with it ever since. Which is why, when I came across this nearly mint condition distribution, I just had to get my big fat greasy mitts on it. Onward we march, and it brings us to my 1985 distribution of the rockumentary AC/DC, Let There Be Rock. And this is a testament to the expansive repertoire of the Warner Home Video library. I mean, they released a lot of material, dramas, comedies, horror, action movies, and everything in between. And this little beauty certainly lands within that latter category. And when I came upon this one day whilst sailing the high seas of the internet, I simply had to have it. I mean, the condition is basically perfect, and you really don't come across these very often. And speaking of basically perfect condition, let's move on to my 1981 distribution of Wolfen. And if you've been paying attention, because I know I haven't, you'll know that 1981 is the year that Warner made a conversion from WCI Home Video to Warner Home Video. Yes, it's the big switcheroo, which makes this distribution of Wolfen one of the first additions to the Warner Home Video library. And a prime example of what I spoke about earlier, which is Warner Home Video putting really lame pictures of whatever movie the release was of on the cover. Yeah, this does not make me want to watch this at all, but I bought it anyway because it is in supreme condition. So just like 1981 was the first year that Warner Brothers made the switch from WCI Home Video to Warner Home Video, and therefore establishing the black clamshell design for all of their releases, 1985 would be the last year they would do the black clamshell design, but they didn't just do away with it all at once. In fact, they tried to redesign it as if it were going to carry on into the future, and then eventually they just said, screw it. Screw it! We're going with slipcovers! And a prime example of the fading black clamshell twilight is my 1985 distribution of the Giant Ant Classic, Them. And as you can see, compared to an earlier Warner Home Video clamshell, the layout design is very different. It seems like it was the wave of the future, but it wasn't enough to hold the attention of Warner Home Video executives, and they soon abolished the idea. So with Wolfen, I have one of the first Warner Home Video clamshells, and with Them, I have one of the last. And that is all that I have in my meager little collection of early Warner Home Video releases. But it certainly is enough to make me happy, and I sure do plan on adding to this in the future. Because, well, early Warner Home Video just reeks of the past, and they're very fun to collect. They are a landmark in time, a milestone of an early era of an ancient media, and, well, they look great on your shelf. So, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's Treasure Hoard Showcase. Be sure to hit subscribe, share this shit, and take care out there. And I'll see you next time, only on Captain Adams' VHS Pirate Ship.
Captain Adams' VHS Pirate Ship is a subsidiary of Nostalgic Odysseys on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you.